Anyway, guys, give me a second here. Morning.
Morning. It's not too
Ready to
bad.
get up on the live stream here and cover the world. Did you have a good night? Sleep well?
I did. Yeah.
My name's Clark.
Caught up on some old sleep. Say
What's your name
again?
again? My name's Clark.
Bill.
Nice to meet you, Clark. We were yesterday. We spent last night with our friends. Said, this is too good. I'm going to come back and.
Yeah. I think we got something here. That's a good idea. Keep going.
Yeah. Hopefully this will spread. My hope is that it spreads nationally, and we have all post offices around the country. Now we have a base in the police counties because that was our big thing during Occupy. Expand us out to all these places. We have the support of the post office. Now we have a physical location. This is an important thing, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's also very important. I'm sorry. I don't mean they just go for. I'm hoping they go for.
You want me to? Right there. On the beard. But so to me, like, didn't he a musician? Yeah.
Hey everybody, this is Freeman Sullivan out here. We're at the corner of Milvia and Allston Way here in lovely downtown Berkeley at the main post office. Here in San Francisco, we've had an occupation that's gone on all night tonight, and so we're real excited that we were able to maintain everything for tonight, and nobody was arrested. The police were pretty gracious. They just came by to do a little patrol, and so they're actually watching out for us. We have the support of the Berkeley City Council and the City of Berkeley in this action, so that's real exciting too. We're hoping that our Occupy here takes off and that we can occupy all the post offices around the country that are being bought up or being sold and privatized, because that's our property. That's the public. It's in the public trust and the public commons, and so that's why we're out here. So if you got any questions and you want to get up on and talk to me, just log on to the social stream or go to activiststream.com, and I'll be more than happy to answer any of your questions or any concerns that you might have. And we're really excited to be here. We're actually out here in support of the U.S. Postal Service. They want to sell our beautiful building here in downtown Berkeley. You know, it's a gorgeous little place. We're all waking up on a Sunday morning, and we're happy to be here. All right, let's see if I can start tweeting it out. Here. Yeah, for those of you who are watching, that I'm be doing a Occupy Forum tomorrow night, live stream from Bradley Manning Plaza. I'm actually thinking about moving it over here and having it over here at the U.S. Post Office in support of this Occupy, because it's only about 7 BART stops away. The BART in San Francisco is the Embarcadero station, but this is downtown Berkeley. It's about 5-6 stops away on BART. So we're thinking about moving the location. If you were planning on coming to Occupy Forum for the live stream for a workshop, we're definitely considered it. I think we should move it over here in support of Occupy Berkeley or Occupy Post Office. Right, the hashtags are out there. The hashtags for this event are Berkeley PO, Post Office, and Occupy PO. So if you're retweeting this and you want to get the word out about our demonstration and you want to help us out and let people know about what's going on, you can retweet those hashtags. And much love out there into the world. Our tiny demonstration here is starting. But yesterday we had about 200 people show up that supported to keep the post office open. And so we're real gratified by that. We have thousands of viewers online and whatnot. So do retweet us out. I know it's early this morning, but there's people on the East Coast. There's people over in Europe. All you fine people, let everybody know what's happening down here in downtown Berkeley. We've mounted an Occupy, and we're thinking that we could spread this as a national movement to keep the post offices from being closed. All right. Anyway, I'm going to keep my mouth shut here for a second. I have lots of good stuff to say, but it is early, and I'm trying to get my coffee in me, and nobody's watching anyway, so.
Hive's going to be buzzing today. I'm going to tell the hive.
It's actually nice and warm out here this morning for a change.
Sorry, very excited about the event.
Temperature's about 60 degrees. Should be some sunshine today. And just started. Not too bad, not too bad.
Clark, this is Valerie.
Hi, Clark.
Yeah, the meeting last night.
Yeah.
Just want to get the word out because I really think one of our problems that we had with Occupy was the police. We didn't have a site where then the police would keep driving us off. And it was happening all around the world, right? And now that that the post offices are being closed, that this is an actual site where the police can't drive people off because it's a federal property, right? So now we have like a real base for like people to show up now, right? Like, you know what I'm saying?
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see what happens, right? But that's the way it's looking to me. Right. As long as we maintain, keep the place clean and maintain a good public image, right? That we should be doing okay, right? Yeah, why don't you do a little dance for me, brother? Yeah. Nobody's watching right now, so. But it takes a little while to build up an audience.
And with us, it could take a lot longer.
Yeah, so there's anything entertaining. Probably people are going to start dropping like flies if they were even stuck to the shit
Our
already.
dance is what's attracting them. If you got more than 3 people, I'll be shocked.
You never know what's going to go viral these days, you know?
Yeah, exactly right.
Maybe better to just be loose and weird and just, try
Mike.
different things than to try, design formulas like these corporate boardrooms do.
Here we do.
Let's try
Live public
twerking.
porno.
I need help with the Twitter feeds.
That's what
Like
they're
people.
hoping to see.
I think tomorrow. I should have my hotspot. I'm going to do the Occupy from here tomorrow.
Never know. You
Yeah.
never know.
Yeah, I think we should switch locations and do it here because I was going to do it at Justin Herman, Bradley Manning. But there's nobody there, and it's not an active occupation. This is an active thing that's going on,
Yeah.
right? And that would bring some people down here.
I'm just going to go with no comment.
I'm
I think we're live here, aren't we?
Yeah, this is going out. This discussion.
Some of the
is live.
101ers.
That's the problem with Occupy. It just exposes, just the most disgusting conversations.
The banality of all of our minds.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to. That's not what I'm doing in the live stream. That's not what I'm about.
We're going to get really attractive people to have sex here because sex draws a crowd.
Have you guys heard of Free Fuck Forest? The Sextivist guys?
No.
It's awesome. They're like German environmentalists who travel around the world boning down in the woods.
Annie Sprinkle and her partner are doing a tour, and they also get down as part of their event to save the earth.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
I went to her event. It was fun.
Yeah, Annie
Good morning,
Sprinkle's
your
awesome.
viewer. Thanure for joining
So
us.
I've subtitled
You're the first one. There's always got to be the first person.
It's called The Post
Hello
Office.
to
It's
whoever
history
you
and
are.
socio-revolutionary
My name is
importance of
Freeman Sullivan. If you want to tweet me,
As a-
at Freeman Sullivan. If you want to check out some of my web shit, you can go up to Activist Stream, ACTIVISTREAM, activiststream.com, and you'll find more information about live streaming. The site, if you want to check out what's happening with this, is UPW. Let's see, what is it? UPW. Hold on, let me walk over there. I'll show you. Let me get off my lazy butt. Yeah, let's see here. Anyways. Let me check it out here. CPWUnited.com is the website. And if you have any questions for me or anything, I'm here at your service. Thanks for watching. Tell your friends and neighbors and let everybody know that we have a Occupy going on down here right now and to come and join us. And we're thinking about spreading it to the country because post offices all over the country are being privatized. They want to shut down a bunch of post offices. Darrell Issa's got a bill in Congress right now where he wants to start shutting down post offices, and that's why we're out here. So come and join us. We're down here in Berkeley at Milvia and Allston. Good morning. A beautiful Sunday morning, folks. Retweet us out. Hashtag for this event is Berkeley PO, Occupy PO, or Post Office. Or okay, that's just for the live stream. If you got any questions or anything, feel free to ask. I'm just going to kick back here and shut my mouth and just visual for you. What's your name, sir?
My name's Ian.
Good, my name's Clark.
Nice to meet you.
Oh, you don't know? You guys
No, we haven't
know
met.
each other?
No, I see you around, but
Yeah.
He's one of the major people Occupy Cal. If it weren't for him, probably Occupy Cal might not.
Well, we probably tweeted back.
Sometimes people say that Occupy Cal is dead, but I don't believe it.
I don't think so.
No, I still see tweets from Occupy Cal. Is that you?
And he's the guy that
I don't do much of the social media, but yeah.
set up the live streaming for Occupy.
Totally. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm going to switch the forum over here tomorrow night, I think, because I was going to do a live streamers forum over at Bradley Manning over in San Francisco, and I think that it's more important to be over here, and that we need to bring more people over here, right? So that's where I'm at with it.
Well, then let's get Paul involved, and maybe we can get more cameras and
Yeah.
stuff too.
I'm totally down for that.
We'll go over and talk to him. I don't know if they're open on Sunday.
Sunday.
They might be. We'll go over and talk to them. They're 7-day-a-week operation.
Let's call him.
Call him? Hello, Paul.
Hey, doesn't he have a
Two
phone number?
blocks, man. I can almost shout
He's got a
to
phone.
him. He does, but I mean, literally, it's 2 blocks.
Yeah.
Or you just do the lazy social media approach. Hey, if anyone's out there, take care of it for me. You know, if you're listening, then come.
Right.
Well, we're getting retweeted because my phone's vibrating. That's how I know that the word is getting out there into the world, right? When I'm doing this, because I have no way of checking my Twitter stream, right?
So
And-
what you do is make sure lots of people are calling in, then give it to your girlfriend. Here, take this. It'll be fine.
Well, I don't have a girlfriend. So I don't have anybody.
No, your vibrator.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, stick it in your pocket, right?
Yeah.
Like, did you ever see a show called The IT Crowd? It's an English show, and it's about these 2 guys that work in an IT department. And like one time they get this phone and they adjust the vibrator so it's like up to super high,
Yeah.
right? And they jacked it up. And then one guy, he's got it in his pants, and every time he walks down the street and gets a call, he almost has an orgasm. It's hilarious.
Mine was even better. It had a little...
Great show.
Yeah, I knew we weren't above the crude humor.
No,
Come on.
you're right.
Yeah.
Like, my old phone had a little internal antenna with a little nub that stuck out. Put it on high vibrate. It was a vibrator almost designed.
Why do you think women like motorcycles so much, dude?
And horseback riding.
Yeah.
There might be other reasons, but
Right, that's one.
Those are the 2 main reasons, though, right?
No, I don't know about main, but
Trust me, dude, on a motorcycle, that is the main reason.
and also sliding down banisters. My sister turned me on to the joy of sliding down banisters.
Hey, let me see your light, man.
It's almost time to go to the library and keep it.
I didn't buy a fucking lighter.
To hide.
There is a couple other masks going around Berkeley.
Yeah, well, there's a
You can get 'em
yellow
at
one that's in
CBCB
People's
for
Park
$1.
that's all kind
Right.
of bent and
That's
has a
the
whole
cheapest
shitload of
ones
duct
around.
tape
I'll just get it
on
when I go back to the
That's
city.
my motherfucking mask, and my kids.
I just want to stay on my battery. I just want to make sure we get word out about this.
That
Right?
mask
What
is
do
a
they
little
charge
freaky
over
for
in
you.
the city for
Just a little.
lighter?
$1.75
it's supposed to.
for a Bic.
Exactly.
Your Bic over
Am I
at CBC,
intimidating
$1.
to you?
That's cheap.
It's too early.
Maybe I'll stop by there before I leave. That's not worth it. 75 cents for me to walk out of my way. Actually,
That's why I said go
When
ahead.
I was there for 50
You want to
cents.
stick your
I'd rather
tongue
give my money to my
Go right ahead.
tobacconist
I don't even stick my tongue
downstairs.
inside the mask.
Right. You know how it is.
That
Support
knows
your
what
local
the garage
businessman.
sells.
You know.
Well,
They're nice guys.
I work hard in
Hold the
this.
smoke.
Still get a carton of cigarettes for $30.
Can either of you guys spare a cigarette?
Yeah,
Thank
here.
you.
I got it.
If I could still find a cigarette, I'll smoke it before I smoke tobacco in my pipe.
It's a bad habit.
Yeah.
I want to smoke a bowl. I have one bowl left.
Thank you.
No problem.
You were great doing the intro, opening up there.
Is that on?
I've been broadcasting for 40 years.
Is that
Yeah,
on?
you've been. It was.
That's on.
You were comfortable. You were smooth. You were.
Thanks.
Thank you.
I had a radio show on KUSF for 6 years.
That makes sense.
So I've been broadcasting ever since I was 8 years old.
I appreciate your
That's why I do it. I love doing
desire.
it. Right? I like getting the word out and trying to enlighten people about what's going on in the world. Right? And actually, my goal is I'm going to start doing some traveling, and I really think I'm going to start hitting hot spots around the globe, like when shit goes down. Like I'd love to be in Egypt right now. I would love to be in Egypt. What's that about anyway?
It's just crazy.
Yeah.
But they better stop because the fucking pigs are here.
Yeah. Well, see, notice how the police just sort of came by right immediately like that.
Uh-huh,
Right. It's not
she's
that
an
anything's going to
instigator.
happen. It's that she's like, and
She's
she's
an
not even.
instigator.
Yeah. It's like
She's
that
not
energy.
even fucking part of this.
No,
Let's just let it go.
crazy. Don't worry. There's lots of crazy people in this city.
Yeah, well, somebody needs to respond to her
There's a lot of angry.
and walk her
Crazy
off.
people. Yeah.
Right, because that's one of our things about Occupy is like people are, we're going to get a lot of homeless folks walking up, and we want to make sure that they know how to behave when they come up here. Not that we're trying to tell anybody anything, but some people don't have good manners and they need to be reminded.
Exactly.
You know,
I even need reminders sometimes.
I hate it when people tell me what to do. That's Kim.
Yeah, she's on.
But I'm
It's just
not. I
anger
don't
and
have mental.
suffering.
I don't have a mental disability, right? Mine's physical.
You'll find early morning a lot of the angry, crazy people.
Yeah, there's
are
no
out.
place for them to go.
Yeah. It's the problem.
And God love them. God love all their souls. I wish I could take care of every one of these
We
people
don't
that are
have
walking.
also we don't have assisted housing in this
Like we do.
Yeah, you guys got assisted housing.
And we have shelters too.
We have shelters.
Good ones, though. Well, they're not good. Trust me, they suck.
You have to be sober to get into them, and if you're really disruptive, they'll throw you out.
Well, they got places for people like
Yeah,
that.
we don't have. We need like a real.
Yeah,
assisted
dry out
care.
center, detox.
Dry out, and also assisted living, where people that are that crazy, somebody will pay the rent, so they always have a place.
And have somebody watch them too.
Yeah, and
take
make
care
sure
of
they're
them.
taking the medications they're supposed to, and all that. Yeah.
Well, that's what do you think my building's all about? Where I live in San Francisco, right?
Yeah. Is yours assisted? Oh, okay. Yeah, we don't have assisted housing. We just have. We have
They're doing their
shelters,
damnedest to help out there.
and then we have. They'll give you an apartment here, just like in San Francisco,
Yeah.
but you have to manage it yourself. They don't have assisted.
Yeah, they don't have a
housing.
case manager to help you out.
Right. They just.
So we got all that.
They don't have that here.
I have my
We have-
attorney takes care of all that shit. So
They have options here,
Lucky.
which is this scam right-wing group that detox, and it's really about making money.
by the way, if anybody needs a lawyer and you're online and you need some legal help, you can contact Patrick Goggin. Look him up on the web, PatrickGoggin. He's a fine attorney, and he's the person who sponsors this live stream and helped me purchase this equipment and set me up with an account and everything, and to make sure that we're up and running. And so hats off to you there, Patrick. I don't want to get you in any kind of trouble, but so if you have a injury or an insurance claim, or you're having problems with your landlord and you need some, his specialty basically is mediation, and he will bring all relevant parties to the table, and he's done that for me on several occasions, and I highly recommend it.
Right.
Yeah, this is in San Francisco. But he will also represent clients here in the East Bay. But if you need a good attorney, that's the man to talk to. And if he can't handle your case, he knows somebody that will. And so we're real happy to have him sponsoring our live stream. So hats off to you there, Patrick.
Well, at the end of this, we all might need that too.
Yeah. Has anybody talked to the NLG yet?
I found this cup.
Okay, because they should be made well aware of what's going on as well. Hey, or people that are online, if you could do us a favor, because we're just waking up here, could somebody contact the NLG and let them know that we are down here and we might need legal representation in case people are arrested. We haven't made the phone call yet. I'm sure somebody's going to make the phone call today, but help us out. If you can't come down here, this is one way that you can join in our occupation, and is to tweet NLG and let them know we're down here if they aren't already aware. Please tweet your friends and use your social networks and contact people. But this is the beginning of a national occupy around the country. Post offices around the country are being sold and shut down, and possibly in your area. The Berkeley post office here is the tip of the iceberg. They're trying to sell this building. It's a 98-year-old post office here, and they want to sell this building. It's been in the public land. This is part of the commons, and this is one of the leading areas of fighting privatization. So make sure that all your friends and neighbors and everybody knows about the fact that their post office could be shut down within the next 2 years due to a bill by Darrell Issa, who is sponsoring it in Congress right now. Darrell Issa, the car thief, who is now the billionaire and part of the 1%. and also an enemy of Occupy. So he is one of our chief enemies on this particular endowment, and we have him singled out. Daryl Issa, if you're out there watching, or one of your minions, dude, we're not going to let you shut down this post office. You're going to have to haul us away in chains. So that's where we're at with that. Literally, we don't want to scare anybody. Nobody's getting arrested down here or anything, but we are here for the duration, and our commitment just is staying here. I just want to make that clear that that we're here for the duration, and we're not going to go running anywhere, and we're not leaving. And
Cool.
yeah, log on to the social stream and let me know how the audio visual is coming out. I would appreciate that, folks. And we've already built up an audience. Yay! If you want to tweet out another tag or another thing, if you could tweet out for me, because I can't do it from this phone, is at Global Rev Live, GLOBALREVLIVE. Please retweet that to Global Rev Live and see if we can't get up on Global Revolution.
I saw that, the little cage.
Vlad, if you're out there watching, get us up and running there, and embed us on your site. Also, Rise PDX, if you can get us up and embed us and get us up on their thing. For people that are not on Ustream, or if you're sick of the Ustream interface, we are embedded at activiststream.com, activistream.com, and you can check us out. And we're going to be doing nonviolence training here at 1 p.m. So if you're in the area, or if you're online and you want to check out what nonviolence is all about, our buddy here, Jim, is going to be back at 1 p.m. That's Pacific time. So that's our way to identify us on the internet. And please let your friends and neighbors know that we are down here. This is the beginning of an Occupy, and we will be here for quite a while. And the police can't run us off from this spot. Yay, hey. So while we're here, we're witnessing the rebirth of Occupy.
What time is it?
It's about 9:20, 9:45.
Oh, okay. Because people are starting to show up for that tour already.
Yeah. So there should be somebody with some literature to hand people when they walk in the door.
No. There's a walking history tour of WPA murals and stuff that's starting here at 10 a.m.
Oh, good.
And that's what people are showing up for.
Good. And people know that we're with this.
Yeah, this is the starting place of the Labor Fest tour.
Good. Oh, Labor Fest. I know who runs that.
Yeah.
That's a great thing. Hey, how's it going?
That's what people are arriving for.
I'm happy, man. Right, this could be the resurgence of Occupy around the country.
It'll come and go in waves. Everybody's ready.
My name's Clark, by the way. I met you before. Clark.
Look,
We met.
yeah, we've met. I gotta go over here. Maybe tour.
Oh, thanks for coming by.
Oh yeah, well I didn't know this was happening.
Oh.
I knew it was 10-minute parking.
Yeah, it's cool, huh?
Yeah, it's great.
I'm still
Great,
here.
just moseying along and finding stuff like this.
That's great, huh?
Yeah. You will. See you.
All right, have fun. We're actually enjoying tremendous support from the public. Lots of people are walking up, and they want to know why we're out here. And let you know that why we're out here is that this building here, the United States Post Office, is in danger of being sold off and closed. And this is a 98-year-old historic building here. They have lovely murals, labor murals inside of the post office. We enjoy the support of all the postal workers who are working here, at least the ones that we've seen publicly, which is really great. And we're down here, we're supporting the USPS. The post office, and when you mail a letter, that is the only secure communication that you have nowadays. And it's the only thing that the NSA is not monitoring. Like, for instance, they could be watching us right now, which particularly I don't really give a shit, but I hope they're watching. And, good morning. So if you got anything you want to tell me, I'm getting tired of blabbing, folks. This is just as much your live stream as me pointing the camera, okay? And I'm more than happy to talk to you. And anything you got to say, if you got any questions, you want to shout out, any of that stuff. Oh, great. I did have somebody talking to me here. Let's check it out. Oh yeah, sound and image are great. Thank you, Papa Folk. Hey, I know you're in San Francisco. You should pop on over here and check it out, dude. This is a fully fledged Occupy. You can bring your sleeping bag, and please retweet me out and let other people know what's going on down here.
It's great. They're from Iran. He had the whole World War II, because remember, during World War II, Iran, Soviet Union, U.S., and Britain all on the same side. You had a meeting near Tehran in Yalta.
Yeah.
And he was like, he had all the history. It's great.
I know. I love people.
It's hard for Americans to remember. Yeah, we used to be an ally with those.
Yeah.
And
Iran. Yeah.
Yeah. Especially Iran.
That's why everybody got so pissed off in the 70s about when the student occupation of the U.S. Embassy, right?
Right.
That was a pretty fucked up thing happened. Basically, that was because the CIA was ill-informed.
Well, we overthrew a democratically elected president, most of that.
Right.
That's why they were pissed.
Yes.
Anyway, everything's looking good out here on the live stream. I got tweeters. People are tweeting us out.
All right.
So we're getting the word out.
So, someone that uses Twitter, aren't they a twit?
No,
Tweeter.
Tweeter.
I think twit.
Twix. Yeah, Twits is pretty good too. Yeah, I know that's a word. Tweet. That's why the company is named Twitter and stuff, right? It's because they know they trust me. Somebody sat there and figured out all the different ways of what Twitter could mean and whatnot, right?
I always think they call them tweeters, but I think it's twits, man.
Yeah,
the
twits.
plural is twits.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you're a twit. Somebody let Justin Timberlake know that we're out here. Justin Bieber. Who's the other idiot? Jay-Z. Yeah, Jay-Z's another idiot.
I think we need to let Nanny Baba or whatever the little kid redneck beauty queen thing. That's what we need to get in on. Nanny Baba or whatever the fuck.
I need more coffee. I stayed up for a while last night.
How about the wives of Jersey Shore or whatever?
Oh yeah.
And here's what I really do. There's a huge party at Petra Ecclestone's house down in L.A. every day. Her father is the one that made the Grand Prix race go in Bahrain during the middle of the crisis. So Petra Kelly, she bought the house of the 90210 chick.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Huge house.
Yeah, the blonde, Aaron Spelling's daughter.
Yeah, Aaron Spelling, that's it. So Petra Kelly bought the house from Aaron Spelling's wife. And that house, there's a party. Millions of people should go. Millions. Destroy the house.
But if you're in the Bay Area, come down here and join us down here at the main post office here in Berkeley.
Petra Ecclestone. Petra Kelly is in German.
That's okay.
Petra Ecclestone.
Come down and join us. We're going to be here. This is 24/7 occupation in support of the U.S. postal workers who definitely support us out here in our cause. We're out here camped out on the steps of the United States Post Office. Our occupation started yesterday at 1 p.m. And people have been out here continuously since yesterday in support of the postal workers. This event, some of the sponsors are Strike Debt, Bay Area, United Postal. What's the unions that are down here?
It's the Postal Workers Union, but I don't know.
Okay,
Those are local. I don't know.
SEIU, maybe. UFCW. Local 2 Unite. So there's broad union support out here, and if you're a union member, bring your ass down here and show your support for the U.S. postal workers. They're in danger of losing their jobs down here and their benefits, and it's just piece by piece that the postal service is being sold off
And dismantled.
and dismantled. Right.
Now explain to me. Here's one of my favorites. This building was built in 1914. It's paid for. It's owned outright. They pay no rent to be here. They're going to save money by selling this building and then having to lease at current lease rates in downtown Berkeley an office space to have a post office. How is that going to save us money?
Not.
Yeah, 1/4. Yeah, they'll show profit from selling this, but then just the lease payments to replace it, you'll end up using all the money that they made on it, just paying off some private landlord here that'll make money off of it in Berkeley. It'll show a quarterly profit, but a long-term loss.
Right, and the net loss is the fact that we lose public access to such a beautiful building. Right, that's been part of the daily life of Berkeley people and people around the United States. People go to their post offices, and there used to be. I remember in San Francisco, they used to have this wonderful post office on 7th Street.
Yes.
Right,
Yeah.
at the Court of Appeals building. Right,
Yep.
wonderful post office. As a matter of fact, it was in a Clint Eastwood
That's
movie.
where I
Right.
got General Delivery, was that post
Yeah,
office.
yeah, and it was in that Clint Eastwood movie. What's the one where he was like, "Say it again, punk" or something?
Dirty Harry?
Yeah, Dirty Harry. No, not Dirty Harry. There was, what was the name of the movie? Yeah, it was Dirty Harry. But anyway, it was that post office was in that movie, right? And now it's gone. Right, that whole area is gone now, right?
Yeah.
And we're trying to maintain here. This is a historic building here in
That's
Berkeley.
a gorgeous building
Yeah.
too.
Right, we'll take you inside on the labor tour when they show up, and I'll live stream some of the labor tour. I think I know who's the docent for that,
Oh, okay.
so we'll see what's happening with that as well.
That's the group that's gathering for it there.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm waiting for what's
I'll
his name.
bet you what's his name's giving it long hair. Oh, Al. I'll find out.
How you guys doing? Good. All right, we're trying to keep the post office open for you people. It's a valuable resource.
Really? Oh, I'm sorry, Elizabeth. Surprisingly, I'm not feeling all cold.
No, it's not cool. It's fine.
Okay, and so then...
It's much warmer than San Francisco.
Huh?
I said this is way warmer than San Francisco.
Right.
That was my problem. I couldn't stay out there in the city. I'm cold all the time, right? Oh, Lord. I'll park this over off to the side because I don't need it. I'm trying to get rid of this wheelchair. And the laptop's safely stowed away now, so I don't have to worry about losing anything in this. All right, we're squared away. Good morning. So you can see we have what we're doing, trying to do down here. The websites for the particular strike debt is you can go to facebook.com/Bay Area strike debt. Those are the URLs for you folks that are watching. And while we were here, our little statement, I'll come back and read some of that for you. One of the websites for that is savethebpo.com, savethepostoffice.com. And the other one's too complicated. I don't want to stand here reading it off for you. But those are one of the two sites.
Well, you know, if someone organizes it, I'd be happy to do it. Oh, okay. Oh, with city guides or independent?
Oh, whip and mildew. Anyway, for those of you watching, post offices are actually older than the United States government. Established in 1775 by Benjamin Franklin. So this is an institution that's actually older than our government. and the government's trying to sell it off now, right? And this is part of the heritage of the people of the United States. Stamps used to be used as a form of currency, you can see, and you used to be able to pay your bills using stamps. It is a valid legal tender here in the United States of America. Most people have forgotten that. But if you're, you could actually send somebody at one point where you could send them a book of stamps, and that would be the same as the cash. So.
He just got a bus pass for it. And so they just don't.
Trying to munch on a bagel here, that's why I'm not saying anything. A little dry. You're right. Anyway, there's going to be a tour of the building here starting at 10 a.m. And we're going to join the tour and walk around a little bit and show you what the inside of the building looks like. And explain maybe more about why we're down here and why you should come down here and join us. If you have a post office in your area that's under threat, you might want to consider occupying the post office. Yesterday we had rallies in Harlem, and that was the Bronx, in New York, and Los Angeles, because they're trying to shut the post offices down in those areas as well. So if you're living in LA or New York, do check out the demonstration that might be happening in your area. About here, I'm going to try and get a drink of water here. Thanks for retweeting, whoever retweeted that out. Appreciate it. Let people know about what's happening here. And it is an Occupy. I'm trying to pour my glass of water.
I can't believe it. Can I grab one of these bananas? Really? Great. You here for the tour?
They start already?
No, they're not in charge.
Do you guys have hot coffee?
Well, I'm here, so you can't leave.
There we go.
Figure I'm safe. I love you.
You know, that's something we could do. It's about the live stream. We could do really extensive research and then do a live stream radical history tour.
Right.
And then put it online, and because they're charging people. There's a guy that makes his living doing the radical history tours. They charge $30 per person. We could offer it up for
People
free.
pay that?
Yeah.
Damn. I'll give a radical tour of San Francisco.
Well, what's interesting is whoever's doing it doesn't know a lot about radical history, it's a guy from India. I actually interviewed it for tours. But like Emma Goldman and Big Bill Hayward, there was an anti-World War I demonstration at Berkeley Park. It was the biggest demonstration in the history of Berkeley. I think it was 100,000 people came out to hear them speak. And nobody seems to really cover that history. The other thing is, like when I was in New York, you know, Emma Goldman had the Mother Earth office in New York. I identified the building where it was. Nobody knew it, and it turned into fucking condos.
Well, that's why we got to keep the Yippee Museum open.
Yep. The Yippee Museum, they could give radical history tours up there. Start at number 9, go through the Lower East Side. There's so many radical history
I could be
spots.
making enough money to support them.
Yeah, exactly. And even themselves too. If they're charging $30 in Berkeley, they can probably charge $50 in New York. And that's per person. You get 10 people, that's $500.
Okay, so we're going to get started. I know they're going to be a few more people so I'll do a little introduction here. We'll hang on here a little bit. And then
You know, this one's free. He's doing radical history for free. But yeah, there's a guy that does a tour. I see him going through the historical spots. I stop and I listen. I was like, oh, here's the history of this building. I'm turning on to the whole history of where the women died and all that stuff. Yeah. Also, you know, Alexander Berkman published a blast here in the Bay Area. Has anybody found the office where the blast used to be produced? We gotta go. That should be on radical history.
Exactly.
Yeah. There's also
For those of you who don't know who Alexander Berkman was, he's most famously known for shooting Ford Frick. And for those of you that don't know that story, he actually fired up and he put 6 bullets in Ford Frick, who miraculously survived that incident, right?
And that was over the Haymarket strike. There was a large iron mill that was owned by Carnegie. They went on strike. Carnegie hired Frick to handle the situation. Frick hired the Pinkertons. They slaughtered workers as they came in, and the workers shot back and got rid of the Pinkertons and retook the mill. And because of that, and then they crushed the strike, and that's why Alexander Berkman decided to assassinate him. It was propaganda of the deed and a attentat, which was common in Europe at the time. It was a new thing in the U.S. And ultimately, he inspired, most likely, Leon Czolgosz, who then assassinated President McKinley in 1901. And there's a statue memorializing his assassination at the end of the panhandle of Golden Gate Park. There's a big statue there.
Yeah. Which is constantly getting defaced, I might add.
And with anarchist symbols, I noticed. Yeah, Circle A's. But yeah, that's the kind of radical history that very few people know about. And we could do a tour.
Well, we're out there talking about it on the live stream right now, brother.
Yeah,
okay.
This is the New Deal art one.
Yeah, this is our
art
art
one.
one.
Do an anarchist history one.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah, because there's so many important spots here.
Well, let me give a little background, because I always want to put it in context.
And also places you wouldn't expect. Fresno had a 2-year free speech run led by the Wobblers. Nobody knows that about Fresno. They think it's a redneck place.
It is.
Well, but it was a 2-year-long IWW-led free speech right there in the teens.
It's the most polluted city in America. Even more than LA. You thought LA air was bad? And try sucking some down at Fresno's.
But Bakersfield's even worse.
It's horrible. A lot of it's due to agriculture too, big ags.
Well, Bakersfield's a combination of big ag and big oil. Plus the smog from LA.
Well, Bakersfield's kind of like the asshole of California, isn't it?
Where, Bakersfield?
In terms of idiots. I mean, it's the hometown of Buck Owens.
Bakersfield, the other one is Barstow's not real enlightening.
No.
Spent quite a time.
No, I used to have an Air Force base out there in Barstow. That's like the place where you get in from the desert. Like that's the only town, right?
Yeah, that and Baker.
And then, people that were involved got
I remember one time I was in Needles, trying to hitchhike out of Needles, California, back in the '70s, dude.
That's right on the Arizona border.
Yeah, I gave
Really
up.
Bad. Yeah,
I made it as far as the middle of Arizona before I turned back around and came back to California. I said, fuck that.
I got stuck and had to walk. I couldn't walk.
Oh, you know that Eagles song? I lived it. Right? You know the one about in Arizona, I was standing on the corner of Winslow, Arizona. I lived it, dude.
Yeah, I got stuck up there by the Painted Desert and Pepper Pike Forest.
Yeah, but at least you got tourists there, though. Some of them will pick you up when you're hitchhiking. Right?
Yeah, that's so good. Vegas is really hard to hitch out of, too.
I don't have a problem.
I hitch out of Vegas.
Police just started to fuck with us when this guy came by in a nice truck and said, "You need a ride to I'm coming to L.A." And I was hanging out with this kicker dude. Kicker is like people that dress up like cowboys. They're not really cowboys. They're called shit kickers, right, in Texas, right? And this dude was totally Texas, right? And when we got out, we made it. The guy gave us a ride all the way to Santa Barbara, which is a beautiful place. And this guy was actually cold in Santa Barbara because he, came from Vegas and Texas. And that was the one thing I remember about him was he was always so cold. I'm like, dude, this is California, right? It's nice and warm here. Back in the '70s, those were some great days. We're going to join the Dosen store here as soon as he starts going inside the building. So.
Right, now, since he's already given the history now, if you want to catch it.
I know. Hey, thank you there, brother. Ustreamer 122573. Ergo, hey man, shout out. Berkeley Camp made it through the. Yep, make sure that get the hashtag out there, my brother. And we'll be going on the Dosen's tour here as soon as they start going inside the building.
They're already doing the tour.
Yeah, I know.
We're not going to go inside here because it's locked.
We can't go in?
Sunday, locked. They won't open till noon.
Till noon?
I think it's noon, maybe 10.
Okay.
Actually, it's Sunday. They're not going to open the post office. They'll just open the boxes, P.O. box access.
Yeah.
But they won't do that till noon.
So what did he do? And I'm just going to give you a sketch. This is just a sketch. The 100 days.
Let me bum one of those.
Yeah, sure.
Past 4 days. So how did he do that?
You go to Walgreens or CVS?
Walgreens. $5.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to buy all my cigarettes from Walgreens, and then they quit selling them in San Francisco. They made it against the law for Walgreens to sell cigarettes.
Here in Walgreens and CVS are competing, and their price is $5.
And cigarettes are a loss leader item to get people to come into the store.
Yeah, CVS, they're both $5 even for Marlboro. $5.25 now.
I gotta live with that.
Yeah, no, that's pretty good.
Good morning. You gotta say hi to everybody that's going by, dude. Right? It's really important. Be friendly to anybody who passes by. Right?
Very first one was
Don't be too friendly. That's considered sexual harassment in Berkeley.
No. You didn't bring your chair again, dude.
So,
Dumbass.
there's tons of. They've actually got lots of chairs in there.
Yeah, I know. That's a good thing.
I noticed that yesterday there was only 2 chairs in the whole place, now there's about 20.
Good. We're here for the duration, for those of you that are watching.
Somebody else for the tour.
Yeah, we made it through the night.
Good morning. Alright, and here's
Upper.
I think she's really cool. She reminds me of Michelle Obama.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, she's a beautiful lady, huh?
Beautiful, really intelligent attorney.
I know, absolutely. She's a doctor too. Her family's well educated.
I know. She reminds me of Michelle Obama quite a bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Even her look is a little bit.
Yeah, but it's only because of her skin. But she's a nice lady.
Well,
She's one of the chief
she's
organizers
the
here.
age group. Like she's.
Oh, she's our age.
Yeah, yeah. So is Michelle Obama our age.
And that ensures the continuity. The problem was people were nervous about it causing a lot of
I'm so happy this is going on, dude. This makes me really happy. I get more gratification out of stuff like this than I do out of anything else in the world.
Same here, and it's,
Right.
here we are, really early Sunday morning. We've got educational programs going on,
Yeah.
tours.
So if you're in watching, do join us. If you're in the Bay Area, come down. And we're actually holding activities down here, and we have the approval of Berkeley City Council. And so that means that you're not risking arrest by coming down here. We basically can say the police are leaving us alone. Retweet that out. Not to be scared to come down here. We're not facing arrest. But do come down and join us. We have lots of activities and lots of things going on. And right now they're giving, Dosen is giving a lecture about here at the Berkeley Post Office, which I'll join in a minute.
New Deal art. Doing the whole tour. They're going to go to all New Deal art here down around town.
Good.
There's also
because I'm not completely opposed to socialism.
There's a New Deal art museum at 7th, not 7th, at Washington and Columbus.
Because a lot of good stuff came out of the New Deal, although I thought it was kind of counter-revolutionary for the time. But we needed a social security system here in the country, and that's in danger of being privatized. Our post offices,
all that came from
all the now they're even trying to reverse New Deal legislation. Even Obama had the audacity to challenge Social Security, and that's one of the reasons. No other U.S. president, not even George W. Bush, as much as he hated Social Security.
They're doing the New Deal art. Oh, okay, great.
We have lots of support from the Berkeley people. There goes that's a boiler, right? That's what that is for the hot water. That white smoke.
The what?
The white smoke. Remember when everybody was talking about yesterday?
Right.
Oh, that's a boiler.
Oh, it's the steam
Yeah.
for the driving. Yeah, the campus used to provide all its own power. I think now it's mixture of power and some PG&E.
Yeah. Well, they used to have a nuclear reactor on the campus there. I don't know if it's still working.
It's very hard. It's mothballed, but they can't remove it because it's unsafe to move it through the city.
Yeah.
They've talked about, that's what they decided, it's going to be mothballed in place because it's too dangerous to take out of the city. They're thinking helicopter, but what if it falls? If they do a truck down the street, they have to get everybody to stay in their homes, not be out on the street. So they decided they're going to leave it, but it's closed. It's not being used. That's very hollow.
Boy.
It was the first nuclear facility in California. It was during the Manhattan Project. They built it. It was
you see, of course.
Yeah, they mothballed it when.
Sits right on a major fault line. Right.
We passed the nuclear-free ordinance in Berkeley, so yeah, they shut it down in the late 80s. And they were thinking about removing it in the 90s, and they looked at every different way they could.
There's no way you can get it out.
Yeah, not safely.
Isn't that sick?
So
That's so sick.
It's there forever.
Yeah. Well, uranium is something. It's like when you post on the internet, it's going to be there forever and ever, right? So be careful what you tweet and what you say on the internet. You don't have to. You can be a radical and promote radical things, but just watch your step.
Okay, remember we were talking. I was saying Manhattan Project. Who got vetted more than that? There was a bet between two of the major physicists about the week before. One of them bet that when they detonated the nuclear device, it would ignite the Earth's atmosphere.
Yeah.
And one said no. Some asshole believed, this math says, when you detonate, it's going to ignite the Earth's atmosphere. And he slept and watched the test. He's sane. Thank you. I'm fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I would not, if I thought the Earth's atmosphere was going to detonate,
I wouldn't do it.
not only wouldn't I do it, I would stop other people from doing it. So that's the height of insanity, in my opinion. You think you can destroy all life on Earth and you're going forward with the plan.
Yeah.
That's the definition of insanity.
Yeah, it's called mutually assured destruction.
No. This is mutually. This is when only
Before
the
that.
US, yeah, this is when there's only one nuclear device in all the world. It's the first one that's ever been created. They're going to detonate it. and he thinks it's going to ignite the Earth's atmosphere.
You have to go ahead with the test
Right.
anyway, right?
He does nothing to stop that, and he's considered sane.
Right.
I'm comfortably crazy. Thank you.
Oh yeah, activist stream. Somebody wants to know. Hey Rob. Yeah. Tomorrow I'm going to be doing an Occupy forum, and I think we're going to change the location over here in Berkeley because we have a full-fledged Occupy that's happening here, and I would like to be able to support Occupy forum to show their support for what's going on here. So if you want to tell everybody, Rob, and let everybody know we're switching locations from Bradley Manning Plaza, and I'm going to retweet it out later on today when I get home. But we're going to be moving the location here to Berkeley of the Occupy Forum that's happening on Monday, as last week, right? Because Occupy Forum was here in support of the post office last week. So I think I'm gonna move it over here, and we're gonna have it over here. I got to talk to Jay, but that's what's going to be happening.
No, that's
No, it's true. This is a non-smoking area from Martin Luther King up to Oxford.
You know, when we hear President Obama, I've heard him tout
I got a $265.
And I'm gonna get ready to join the those Toasters thing here in a second, folks. And, oh, just some papers floating
they did
away.
all kinds of things. They did highway construction. They did parks. They just got people working. You know, the idea was to get a lot of people to work doing infrastructure projects. So I've seen photographs of them building roads in San Francisco. And then one of the programs that was related to this.
Could you not smoke near us in case this
And that involves fatality. So a lot of people say like fatality, because they say WPA.
Can you not? It's just in my mouth, man.
Was
Just in my mouth.
and that employed ultimately 8.5 million people. And so they did many projects. I can give you an example of that.
Get up and walk around here. I'll be over and out with the docent in a second. I just need another glass of water so I can talk.
Blocks square.
Oh, excuse me.
And what they call resettlement programs in rural areas. So one example of a resident of one of those rural projects was Johnny Cash. He grew up in Arkansas in a resettlement community. Now farming, you know, these were set up where people could do farming. So they supplied housing, acreage, and support for people to get started. Yeah, and there's a new one. Yeah. The Rural Electrification Administration. The idea of that was people in rural areas were still doing stuff by hand. You know, you can imagine all the work on a farm, and it all being done by hand. So, pumping water, sharpening tools, no refrigeration. So the problem was that commercial electric companies didn't want to make that investment in infrastructure because they'd have to run an electric line for miles to get a few customers, whereas in the city, plenty of customers. So Roosevelt encouraged them the electric companies, to supply electricity in rural areas. They didn't step up, so what he did was set up the REA, which allowed farmers and ranchers to form co-ops, which got government support to be set up. and then they set up their own electric companies. Some of these still survive. There's one in Northern California that when we had the big Enron fiasco, what other people were, had blackouts, they were fine because they owned the source of their power. Another program for young people, the National Youth Administration. The idea was to keep young people in school. A lot of young people, to support their families, were dropping out to go to work, any kind of work. A lot of young people were riding the rails because they didn't want to stress their families, or their families said, hey, you go make it on your own. And so young kids were riding the rails looking for work. So the NYA put people, young people of school age, gave them jobs so they would stay in school. Those that were out of school were given training. So the idea was, again, support young people. The FCC was set up in this period with the concept that the airways, believe it or not, the airways belong to the people. Yeah,
You wouldn't know it, but
yeah, you certainly wouldn't know it now, because we've let this stuff slide. You see, we haven't been watching. Another one that came up in this period is the SEC, Security Exchange Commission. So that was the one that should have been watching Bernie Madoff, but they were looking the other way. So the structures are there, but we have to make sure that they function. So that's the problem.
You're saying the FCC came about in the 30s?
Yes, it was a new program.
But
A new real agency.
the Public Airwaves Act was in the 20s. It was
Earlier,
part of
but the Federal Communications Commission was set up to regulate. And so what's happened, and if you follow the FCC at all, you can see that they keep giving away
Yes.
to corporate monopolists, And so where the airways, and I saw it happen because I used to work in radio. And when Reagan came in, there have been waves of deregulation. There have been some under Clinton, but it started with Reagan. And when I worked in radio, stations were required to provide a certain amount of news and public affairs. The Reagan administration did away with that, you see. And I saw news departments shrink, consolidate, and then disappear. So that's one of the reasons we're not getting the news like we used to. Okay, just a couple more. Social Security Administration gave benefits to people who are in old age and gave unemployment benefits. So that's one of the programs that we love and we need to defend still. And the National Labor Relations Act, which is very significant because it gave more power to unions to organize, so that working people could protect their working hours, their pay, their benefits. Very critical. So when I look back and I see, well, how did we get to the point where the FCC doesn't function and other issues? There's plenty of blame to go around because we can blame it on, again, this distinction Republican Democrat doesn't make a lot of sense. If we go to the Truman administration, although he vetoed the bill, it was passed through the Congress and his administration. The Taft-Hartley Act weakened the National Relations Act. It was the beginning of the weakening of labor, all the way back in 1947. Then you jump ahead, I mentioned deregulation of the FCC under Reagan, and then I mentioned in 1999 deregulation of Glass-Steagall. So those are really key. If you think about the weakening the power of labor, lessening our access to information through the media, and then weakening of protections that we have to keep investment and commercial banking separate, it explains a lot of the mess that we're in today. And those are all things that were set up in the New Deal. So we also have, just I'll close with the art projects. So
I'm going to move away for just a second. Let you guys online know what's happening. When I get home today, I'll post it to the OBOW site and Occupy SF to make sure that people know that the forum is changing and we are moving it over here to Berkeley for people that are watching. So tomorrow, the live streamers event will be held tomorrow here at the Berkeley Post Office in support of Occupy the Post Office. Occupy PO is the hashtag, one of the hashtags we're using here. Berkeley PO is another tag. Post Office is another tag on Twitter. So please retweet us out and to show your support about what's going on here. This is a very important event. Okay, we're going to move back in here and
So
let
these
the
were
docent
done
speak.
by the Treasury Relief Art Project. And that was for an unemployed artist. You had to be on relief to get into track. Okay? Then they had another one which they called the section. And that commissioned artists. So a local example of that would be the Rincon Annex Post Office, where Anton Refugier was competed with other artists to paint that. And he was selected, and he did the thing on a commission basis. So he was paid a lot more than these artists on relief. And so some of the real premier works in post offices were done under the section. And then the WPA. So 4 major art projects, but also some minor ones. But I'm, again, just hitting the highlights here. And then there was also the photography. So under the Farm Security Administration, another program, they hired photographers. So Berkeley's own Dorothea Lange was one of those, but many others, Gordon Parks, Jack Delano. There's a long list of photographers that went on to fame after the New Deal. One of them that worked, was an assistant at Dorothea Lange, worked for the National Youth Administration, still alive and well, and still doing his art. That's Roundel Partridge, lives here in Berkeley. And I have good fortune to spend some time with Roundel. Another significant thing, we went through the whole thing with Katrina, and it was a total fiasco in terms of the role of the federal government. During the 30s, we had other major disasters. So the work of the CCC and other conservation programs helped to prevent the disasters, or by planting trees, big programs, built dams to check flooding. But we still had the disasters. So there was also the Soil Conservation Service that worked with the CCC. But when the disasters did hit, whether they be floods or hurricanes, the New Deal mobilized federal workers. And in one case, I've seen a film, they called it the Shock Troops of Disaster. And they turned out for, it was a major hurricane in the northeast, 100,000 workers. WPA, CCC primarily, to assist people with it. So another characteristic, we now have the world's largest per capita prison population, 2.3 million people. That's just people incarcerated, not the people on parole or probation. The New Deal did build some jails, did build some prisons, but very few, because they were employing people, putting people to work, so they had less need for that. We actually had a police building down here in Berkeley. It was behind the old city hall. It was torn down to make a parking lot, unfortunately. Ray Brecken and I weren't aware of it happening. It happened pretty quickly, and boom, it was gone. It's when they built the new courthouse. So it was, 10, 12 years ago, something like that maybe.
That's where the police cars are now.
Yeah, the influence was on McKinley.
Yeah.
If you remember the old police department. Yeah, it was a New Deal building. It was the police department, and of course there was a jail in there, but again, very few. I think what we'll do is do a little walking now. Already people have asked me about restrooms, so there are, when we get to campus, there'll definitely be some, and there'll probably be some other spots where you can stop and find a restroom.
Is there anything in the park? What do these folks do for a bathroom?
One down the street.
Yeah, there are some, down there. We'll probably go buy some over there, so people have needs. So our route is gonna be, we're gonna go by and walk around Civic Center Park a bit. This is a lot to see. I call this Berkeley's New Deal Nexus.
I'm not going to be walking around Berkeley. I'm going to stick around down here down at the Occupy. As long as my batteries are going, I'll be here. I probably got about another hour's worth of juice left, and then I got to go back to San Fran and recharge. But I will be back here tomorrow, for sure. I neglected to charge batteries last night when I was at your house, so I'm down to about
I guess there's no charge
hour.
until Eddie's.
Well, I can't charge anything when I have the live stream going anyways.
He does in
I
fact.
told you last night. I showed you the chart.
I know. I was a dumbass.
This is birthday.
I like that in the guy. He just, I'm a dumbass.
I'm a dumbass. I've been watching a lot of that
Shame,
70s show,
I mean,
right?
shit,
And the
guys.
best character on the show is a guy named Red. He's like the father of the kids, right? And like,
I'm like
and that's what his thing. He
class
calls everybody a
85, dude. I'm a
dumbass,
total
right?
dumbass.
And like, he's like the lovable curmudgeon
Who is?
character. The Red on that 70s show.
Oh.
Yeah, he's great. He's the best character in the whole show.
Yeah, the white dude with the glasses and the afro.
No, the old guy, the dad.
Oh, Red,
yeah. I'm gonna put my foot up your ass, right?
Funny.
Right? Yeah, he's hilarious.
American sitcom dads are always.
Well, yeah, that's one of my weaknesses. I love situation comedies.
Well, until.
In some shows, it's like it becomes like your family if you watch them enough, right? Like,
Yep.
you know, for some of us that don't have families, right, it serves
We're
as
having daily meetings
a
at
proto,
6 o'clock to
you know,
talk
fantasy
about
family, I
developments,
guess. You know, I don't know.
regarding the action.
And that makes me happy when I watch those stupid shows. You know, I know some of them are really idiotic, but humor is
yeah,
not
so what we'd like is the
humor doesn't have to be smart to be
post
funny.
office
And generally, the best jokes are the
general
ones
post office master.
about the stupidest. That's why they're funny, right?
Post
So
office
I always
general master.
appreciate, like, 'cause I'm like,
Postmaster
you know, I'm such a serious activist that, like, I get really bummed
Until he says,
about
you know
like
what?
the gestalt
Let's
of
not
the world
sell
and politics, right? And
he
my only
says in his
escape is
letter
like
there,
sometimes is humor.
We're in
Right.
such financial straits. I
So I have
just
to
had
laugh. So I
Sorry,
seek
guys,
my laughter
I
and
considered
you
all
know,
your proposals.
I know all the good shows. You know, I'm not watching crappy, you know, shows.
This goes on too long. then
How was the
we're
movie
gonna
last
call-
night?
It was good. It was good. I'd seen it before. You know, it's a sweet movie.
When I come back tomorrow, I'm going to bring all my
What
my
part
gear.
of the Vietnam conflict?
You know, all my like info gear. And I'll bring a laptop, and I should be getting in my hotspot. And I have a laptop I don't use very much, and I'll just like kind of leave it here. People can keep an eye on it. And people can use here, right? You know, but when I leave, the laptop leaves. But when I'm here, I'm going to bring an extra laptop that anybody can use if they want to use it.
That's terrific.
Yeah, it's no problem. It's not a big deal.
Wow.
It works great. It's a
Well,
beautiful little laptop.
You still.
Because we need to
did
keep
the-
the.
you
I
still
want to
did
keep the live
military
stream going.
thing, man.
You know, I do have to leave at a certain point,
So,
and I noticed that
I'd
what's her
like
name? She has a
to
beautiful
consider
cell phone.
Maybe just.
The black
I wish I
lady
had
who's
my.
the ceremony just.
Moni, yeah.
Yeah, Moni. Yeah, she's got a beautiful one. I want to see if
All I've got
she
is
was
that
interested in the live streaming for a bit. Right. The phone can do it. It's quite capable. And tomorrow we're going to be instead of having the Occupy Forum, we're going to have it over here. We're going to move it over here.
So you've already talked about
Well, I'm the one that's holding it, so yes, I get to make the decision, okay? And I'm going to make sure that I'm going to run by the Action Council meeting today at 2
Dirty.
and let everybody know what's going on over here, and they should get their ass over here as soon as possible. Okay. So we'll see what happens. I haven't looked and see what's happening with that meeting yet. But I remember last week that the Occupy Forum got moved over to the meeting that we had for this, right? So why not just continue that and keep having it over here, you know? And instead of a dead place at Raleigh Manning, there's nobody there. And so we have all these wonderful people here, and we can.
Yeah, why not? That'd be great. That's what I mean. More than
So where was their next
Because
stop?
quite frankly, I get tired of sitting in San Francisco.
Where's their next stop?
I don't know. They were going to go use the bathroom. That was the next stop. Yeah. because I'm tired of sitting in San Francisco. I like getting out. And, my neighborhood is like, I feel so oppressed by where I live sometimes, right? That it drives me crazy. Like the night before last, I was actually out on the street looking for spent fucking shells from a gun that somebody had fired off in the alley, right? Yeah, it's like I don't need to be around that kind of shit. Like when you have to deal with it day in and day out, it just totally drives me. I get to the point where I'm angry all the time, and like I don't want to live like that. I don't want to have to be mad at people. I'm a loving, gentle person. So whenever I get out, and my place is getting renovated this week, my room and everything. So I'm thinking about like taking off for like a week and letting the repairmen come in and paint my room and stuff like that. And they're going to rewire my electricity, and so I can actually have a grow light. That's one of the reasons I want to get my room rewired. It's because right now I'm all running off of one outlet, and I can't run a grow light off of it. I need I'm not like talking about a major grow. I'm just a little light. I need a little. I don't get any natural sunlight in my place, and I would like to have a little natural, like maybe a light, so I can have some plants. God damn it, I don't have any plants, and I fucking love plants. It doesn't have to be pot, just in general, And so this week I think I'm going to vacate the premises and let them take care of it for me. And I got another tent I could bring with me as well if you guys need more tents. I've got like a big one. It's big enough to sleep 8 people.
Mike, I'll be back in a little bit.
Take your time.
Set it up on the grass so then people will occupy.
If I'd have known yesterday, I would have brought it with me.
The other thing that's amazing about this building is they haven't put any money into it in, a couple decades. Is how well it's weathered. The paint still looks pretty fresh. And I remember when they did that was like 20 years ago. This building is really easy to maintain.
Yeah.
Well built.
Yeah, this was from one of the golden ages of American architecture.
Yeah, it really shows that it's just easy to maintain, really great lines.
Yeah, and they did a fairly good job of keeping the graffiti off the building.
Well, that's what that great paint is.
Yeah. Well, you have to sandblast it about every 5 years, really.
This place hasn't had any major work done on it in forever. Like there's somebody gouged too much trying to get rid of the graffiti.
Yeah. Did a lousy job. That's not the way you sandblast things, dude. Trust me.
Yeah, it's not sandblast, but scrape, hand scrape.
Yeah, you can't do it that way.
Yeah, it's
Right.
hard for limestone.
I wonder if there's actual protocols developed for people that are renovating like historic buildings. I know that on the historic register, there should be protocols for doing works on building, and not so much to tell people what to do, but just general guidelines to follow to maintain structures like this. Like, because I know in Italy they have a hell of a time maintaining a lot of the ancient architecture because of air pollution is eating it away. Like the Acropolis, they've recently had to rebuild the whole Acropolis because of air pollution in Athens, right?
I remember hearing something about that.
And that's like important architecture. The Parthenon was one of the most beautiful buildings ever constructed, right? A model for architecture around the world. A lot of buildings are still modeled after the Parthenon, And
Parthenon is in Greece, not Rome.
no, that's what I said. Or no, Parthenon's in Rome and not in Greece. I meant to say the Pantheon. Okay.
And the Colosseum. And stuff
Yeah, but no, the Parthenon's in
But you're
Athens.
right, the Parthenon was...
The Acropolis is all getting rebuilt.
Just outside of Athens.
Yeah, it's one of the major tourist centers of the world. Is that that's what keeps Athens. That's like one of the things that's floating their economy right now, right? Poor Athens, the poor people in Greece. They're getting the shaft majorly. Like basically, this post office here in the United States is like a microcosm of what's happening in Greece right now, and Spain as well. The austerity movement, and thankfully,
They're selling off the Greek public television.
Yeah, they closed down all the public television there, and against the wishes of the workers. And they did set up a separate station, but Greece is in a lot of trouble right now. There's a really huge, like, fascist movement there now, and they're dangerous, and they need to be dealt with, basically. So that's why we're out here.
Most of the fascists is pretty much only one way. It's not really into the negotiating compromise.
No, they're not into negotiation.
You have to violently
Yeah,
take them out. That's what they do.
Really sucks. Nobody likes to be violent. Right? Not even police officers like to beat people up. Trust me, there's a
Take
few.
the skinheads bowling.
There's a few, but
You know, I mean, I want to agree with you. It's just that, you know, I was really disturbed by watching stuff that was coming out of Turkey, out of easy.
yeah, with all the gas masks, the gas.
And you know, I mean, footage of law enforcement officers just like smacking the piss out of old women, old men who were just talking back to them. That's all they were doing, and just smacking them, knocking them down, and going, you know, you guys, I mean, look like you're on steroids. You know, you know, with this uncontrollable rage. So, I don't know how you get yourself into that kind of a mindset where you can look at like.
Well, we need to start doing drug
60-year-old
testing.
woman and just smack her because of something that she said to you.
Yeah. Yeah, well, they would if they could get away with it here in California too. Trust me, okay.
They did get away with it up until basically the cameras came out. What they have done at UC Berkeley, they've been doing anti-apartheid. They beat the crap out of us.
I remember. I was there.
Right.
Remember?
Right. But